You have some people really, really mad at your success. I'm hearing the song So Good by Destiny's Child. I'm doing so, 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 so. I'm doing so, 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 so. You're doing so good. And, or if you're not now, you're about to be. And there are some people who I feel like you don't expect, unfortunately. Like maybe you have an inkling, but you don't really have anything to back it up. But you feel like they're not really for you, or you feel like there's just something off about the energy. I feel like you're getting more sensitive. I actually had this pop up in a personal reading a couple of days ago, but like I'm sensing this collectively. This collective 38 on the timer is getting more and more sensitive to other people's energies and thoughts and actual intentions. Like people cannot hide how they are. They can't hide how they feel anymore. They can only be 100% like open with you, and like you are starting to, it's almost like you're kind of like categorizing people like, okay, you're a genuine person, you're not a safe person, you're an okay person, you're an acquaintance. Like you're starting to like really understand who's for you and who's not. And I'm just seeing that like as you go through this next phase where you're going to be getting a lot more 117 on the timer, a lot more attention, a lot more acknowledgement, recognition is the right word for something you've been working on. And this recognition is going to kind of like shake the pot, stir the pot, so much so that people who are not really for you are going to like reveal themselves. They're going to reveal themselves and they're going to move away because they, like, spirits, like, you cannot have this blessing with all these snakes around you. They are 144 on the timer, and you already know this. You know there are certain people who are going to have your hand out, or they're going to try and sabotage you in small ways. There are people who just don't want to see you win, and they have to be removed before you can win. Just, it's not that they're interfering with your win, it's just an energetic thing. Spirit's like, no, we are moving you away from those. They're going to get to see the glow up. They're going to get to see the upgrade from a distance, but they don't get to be in your life. And yeah, that sucks sometimes, but that, let people play their role. Let people play their role and you play your role. Okay. Sometimes the roles, go off into different tracks. 222 on the timer, as I say that. Not every person who's in your life is meant to be in your life long term. And the better you get at detaching from emotions and stories, 555, as I look up my 5G symbol and 55% of my battery, like a lot of the times we get caught up in the story of like how people make us feel, and like, oh, I've known them for so long, or we're family, or like they've done all these things for me. It does not matter. It does not matter. Okay. First off, you don't know the intention behind why people do certain things. So to categorize all the things they've done for you in your head and be like, well, no, I can't do that because of this. No. 303. And a lot, you might even have people who weaponize gifts, who weaponize 308. They weaponize like kindness in a way to control you, and you don't see it for what it is. Or maybe you're starting to. I really feel like the blinders are off and you're starting to see people for who they truly are. Listen the first time. Don't let it get to the point where it's going to be a huge blow up and secrets have been revealed, or like you thought you could trust someone and you couldn't. 333 on the timer, as I say that. It's so important that you start to trust your intuition now. If you need confirmation, pull some cards. If you book a reading, if you want a clarity call, 345 on the timer, as I say that. Get the clarity and then trust it. Trust your intuition, trust the clarity, trust the reading, trust whatever it is that is coming your way because you asked for it. Okay? And if it resonates, it's definitely for you. Yes, it's a big bug on the outside of this tent trying to get 404 in the timer. And that's really what this is. Like, you have people trying to infiltrate. I'm seeing Men in Black when that dude is like wearing like the Edgar suit and he's asking for like the sugar water. Like, this is someone who's like just trying to like appear to be a friend, appear to be normal. 420 on the clock, as I say that, but they in reality have nefarious intent. They have nefarious intent. So it's just so important that you, God, have I been covering the sound this whole time? It's just important that you start trusting your gut. You start trusting your intuition. Start doing intuition tests. I'm going to start a series on here where I'm doing intuition tests to help you trust your gut more. 444, because the more right you are and the more you're like aware of being right, the more it's going to strengthen your ability. So like, for example, let's say you have like an intuitive nudge about somebody. Okay, and then you follow that nudge, and you're like, oh wow, I was wrong. But then you have another nudge about somebody else, and oh, it was wrong. It was wrong, and I can't trust my intuition. No, you need to strengthen your intuition. 505 on the timer, and then you will start to make more and more aligned decisions because now that muscle is strengthened. It's a muscle like anything else. You have to practice it. It's so easy to be like, oh, I'm gonna trust my intuition and it didn't work out, so now I'm gonna stop and start to rely on like logic and stuff like that. No. You just need to strengthen that muscle a little bit more and watch as this clarity comes in. Watch as, you start to see people for who they are. Flies could be significant. You could be seeing a lot of flies around you, and the number 35 could be significant. It's 11:35 and my battery's at 53%. You could be seeing a lot of monitoring spirits, or you could be seeing flies around certain people, and yeah, you need to be practicing some sort of spiritual protection, whether it's like wearing an evil eye. I have an evil eye anklet, 555 on the timer as I say that. Maybe an evil eye is really, really important. Any type of spiritual protection, you need to be taking it. It's not out of fear. It's not out of, it's just out of like, why expel your own energy having to defend people's attack when you can like use a talisman or use some sort of amulet or whatever, or like a spell to do the work for you. You don't need to be constantly pouring out and pouring out, pouring out when this is like protection is basic stuff. It's basic beginner stuff. Spiritual protection is kind of like the number one thing. If you're not practicing that, and for a while I wasn't practicing that, and I would get so sick doing readings. Like if you remember, I used to be on TikTok live all the time. I would get sick after doing my readings because I was not practicing spiritual hygiene, spiritual protection. I was getting attacks from people who were watching my live, and I was not aware of this until later. So things that seem, and this is not to scare you, but like just have the awareness and be prepared. You don't have to expect bad things to happen, but it's okay to be prepared in the event that they do. Like, you don't expect your car to die, but maybe you should carry some jumper cables. This is the lesson I recently had to learn. 7:07 on the timer. It's okay to be prepared. So just do what you can to up your spiritual protection and to help boost your abilities. Like, these are amethyst, like genuine gemstones I found randomly at TJ Maxx. Okay, go TJ Maxx. But they help with your intuition. They help with your spell work. They help with, things that are more subliminal, more beyond the veil. And that's my entire profession. You can utilize additional things. I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but this is where spirit wants to go. You can utilize all of the tools at your disposal to make your life easier. Okay, to make things better for you. She wants me to stop here and make a part 2. 7:47 on the clock. Okay, we're gonna make a part 2. She wants me to dive into more on healing modalities, like spell work, and like ways that you can change your reality without having to expel more energy, without having to like deplete yourself. It should not come from a place of depletion. Like, that is a very patriarchal understanding of like how we can get things. 11:38 on my clock. So if that interests you, go ahead and watch part 2. And if not, thank you guys so much for watching this. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, bookings available, tips, donations, all that stuff. I have lawyer fees and a whole bunch of other fees to pay, and I've got like $4 in my bank account. So all tips and bookings are appreciated. Bye.